back to Heat Repairs. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to do a oil filter change on this 2000 Jeep Cherokee. Now this Jeep Cherokee has 270,000 miles on it, so it's really old, been used a lot, and so it's really good to do oil filter changes because oil is expensive, and if you keep the oil filter changed, it'll do its job and keep the oil clean, so you won't have to change it. But it's good to change it every 2,500 miles, and it's good to do 2 oil filter changes per oil change. And so today we'll be showing you how to do an oil filter change on this 2000 Jeep Cherokee. If y'all like clean water and clean ice in your refrigerator, you got to keep the filter changed. We'll go ahead and do the same for your old cars, any vehicle you have. And so we're going to be showing you how to do the oil filter change. Let's get right to it. Okay, first step you guys want to do is put your oil pan under the oil filter and make sure you get around the metal because the oil will leak go on the metal and go down and leak on the ground. So make sure you get it right under the oil filter, and then that's you're done with step 1. Okay, now step 2, you guys are going to want to get your oil wrench, and you're going to want to make sure that you make it to where when you go to loosen, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, loosen is going to be turning left, so left. Well, if you have it like this and you go to push, you're going to be loosening it. So you got to make sure you get it to where when you go to turn left, you're tightening it. So we're going to come down here and make sure your air refrigerant lines, these are aluminum, so they are really fragile. And your wire casing and anything around, you want to make sure you're very careful with because you could easily bust something. So you want to very carefully go down, find it, and I'm on it. Now I can loosen. You shouldn't have to do it that much until you can hand loosen. So I can pull this up and hand loosen it. Make sure you got your oil pan down there, because you'll be really sad if you don't. Okay, now once you got your oil filter out, first thing you're going to do is make sure you got the oil ring on, because if you don't and you put that other one on there, the new one, it can mess the whole thing up. There will be leaks and it'll just be a bad day. So make sure you get this O-ring, and it may not be on here all the time, it could be stuck to it, so make sure you look. Then what you're going to want to do is take your oil filter and just set it in the oil pan. That way any oil that comes out of the oil filter goes into the oil pan. Just like that. Here we go. Okay. Now you guys, we can open the new oil filter. Okay. Make sure you got the O-ring on the new oil filter. Now it's always good, guys, to, whenever you put the new one on, is to get a little oil and rub it on the O-ring and pour a little inside. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll get right back at you guys. Okay guys, right now we have our oil, and we have semi-synthetic high mileage oil. All you're going to want to do is grab your oil, open it up. Okay, usually some will have those little paper things on top, but this one don't. Okay, now all you're going to do is take your oil filter. Just going to pour some in, not very much, that much, and then pour a little on the sides. That was a little too much. And just rub it on the O-ring and kind of around it. Get on the inside. And now you'll have pretty much the head start of it, and it's better for the oil filter. Now your hands and the oil filter is going to be all greasy, so grab your oil rag and wipe it off. You're going to need your oil rag in a second. And sometimes the oil filter spot is kind of hard to get to. So, okay. Get it down there. Make sure you guys do not cross thread it. It could be very, very, very bad for your car. Okay. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Then you guys can go ahead and grab it, your oil rag. Get your oil rag. Go down there. Kind of spread it out so you can get around the oil filter. Okay. And get it hand tight, guys. You don't want to use the oil filter wrench to tighten it. It could very possibly damage it. Okay, there you go. And now, guys, we'll pour the oil into the oil spot, and then we'll get back at you. So, we're going to do that real quick. Okay, now we're going to put the oil in, and you don't want to put that much in. Check how much you've leaked and see about it, and then we're going to only put in half a quart, and then we're going to turn it on, run it, and then turn it off, leak check it, and see it, and make sure we got it. And if you guys haven't done this very much, and this is your first time, don't really try it. Go to a shop and get it done there. But if you want to learn, and you want to learn how to do this on your own, it's very good, and it's not that hard, but it's a very good thing to learn. Now, be careful with your oil filters, or funnels. If they're really big like this, you don't want to push them in. They'll scratch the threads and can possibly bend them. So you want to be very careful. We're going to put in half a quart. And make sure you're putting it in the right spot. These caps will get you. There's so many caps on here. You might put it in the radiator or the windshield wiper fluid spot. Make sure you put it in the right spot. Okay, getting there. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, we're about down to half a quart, so I think that's good right there. Now, kind of drain. There we go. Now we can put our oil cap back on. Okay, put this back on here. Ed, would you grab me that paper towel for the funnel? And always put something in your funnels, because you don't want them to get dirty. Getting dirty in your dirt in your funnel is really bad. So we put a paper towel and then we put a bag over it. But if you get dirt in your funnel and then you put it in there, dirt's gonna get around. It's gonna get through your engine, and it'll pretty much make it to where you'll have to buy a whole new engine, and so the car won't even be worth itself. So don't get dirt in your funnel, because it could cause a lot of problems. So now we're going to check it, run it, and leak check it, and look around, and then we'll get back at you guys. Okay guys, we want to show you the oil cap so you guys can know what you're looking for. Engine oil, C owner's manual. This is your pour-in cap, not the engine oil stick right here. This is to check your oil. It's not here. This is coolant. Not that, not that, not that, not any of those. It might look like that, but that's not it. You want to look for engine oil. This is a 2000 Jeep Cherokee, and look at the cap. It still almost looks really good, but that's what you want to look for. Nothing else, because it could be the wrong thing, and it could be really bad. And so now, we're going to leak check everything, and we'll get right back at you guys. And we're going to show you guys, we have a pickle jar. We're going to show you guys, we changed this oil a week ago. We're going to show you what it looks like now. Okay guys, we just started it. We're going to let it run for a little bit and get it warm. Right now we're going to show you what oil we changed last week. This is last week, guys. We just changed it. Now, this is what having a bad oil filter does. It is black. Black as could be. So, it's really good to change oil filters twice between every oil change. And it's good to change the oil every 2,500 miles. So, it's crazy what a bad oil filter and bad oil can do. So, this is what it looks like. We'll keep the lid in. Okay guys, now we're going to do a leak check. You want to look everywhere around the engine, make sure there's no oil. So, first off, the best spot to look is under, because that's where gravity is going to pull it. So, look on all the metal. Now you might see oil and think, oh, that's it. But it could just be from the other oil filter, the old one dripping when you take it off. Just watch it for a second, make sure it doesn't drip. Now, I personally don't see any. I'm going to look up at the top, make sure it's not leaking from the top. And make sure to be very careful not to get anywhere near when it started. The fans, the belts, they can really hurt you. Now I see no leak, so I think we're good. We're going to show you guys the comparison. We're going to drop some clean oil and some dirty oil, a paper towel. We'll show you guys what they look like. Okay guys, we ran the engine for a little bit. It's always good to check the oil after, see if you need to add some. All you got to do is pull the stick out. Try not to do that. Okay. It's hard to see, but we wipe it off once and then we put it back in. Okay. Now see that right there is safe. That's add. We need to add just a little. So we're going to add just a little and then we'll be good in the safe zone. Now right here, Ed is going to show you guys some new oil versus the old oil. Look at that, guys. You can see straight through the paper towel. It's not even going through the paper towel. That is very dirty. That's how, and we changed that a week ago. Just a week ago. So it's very dirty. So here, Ed, we'll go ahead and take your little experiment. Okay, so we need to add a little. So we'll get the funnel. And we're going to add just a little more oil. Because as you saw, we have the add zone. So, give me your funnel. Take our cap off. And always put your cap somewhere where it won't get dirty. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now we'll get our funnel back and put our lid on. We can put our lid back on this. Go. Okay, here you go ahead. You want to go ahead and put that back. Okay, now we have successfully replaced the oil filter. We have put new oil in. We've checked it, leak checked it, made sure. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Go and check out the other videos on the 2008 Royal Enfield, and we'll link that below in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Bye.